that. So tell me, who are some of your heroes? You mentioned Odwa and Michael, but who are some of the guys you look up to in sport worldwide?
Dan Carter definitely top and probably won the most. Funny story. He actually sent me a DM after I made my Springbok debut, which was very special for me.
Dan Carter sent you a DM.
Yes,
see. What?
That was probably one of the most special things that I've ever.
What did he say?
Yeah, and just to congratulate me on the debut, and just said that that's where my journey starts, and I must make sure it doesn't end there. And
wow, very special.
It was really, really special, yeah.
And have you met him yet in between 2017 and 2020?
Yes, I did meet him. I think it was start of 2018. We toured to Hong Kong to play Racing Metro there in a warm-up game. We didn't play that game, but I met him before the game. He was there. But it was just a quick, how's it, how are you doing? I was busy going out on my way to warm-up, and then, yeah.
Yo, what does he have to say? He's in your DMs, man. Like, geez. Who is this? And then tell me, if you could, I'm assuming if you could be stuck with someone in lockdown, let's say a sportsman or a celeb, it would be Dan Carter. Or who else?
Probably between Dan Carter and Tiger Woods.
Natuurlijk, golf, obviously. What's your handicap?
I'm over 6.
Where's Shaky? I see our Blitzball captain was here saying golf is the winner. I can't find it now. Yes.
Of course, Shakes would be there.
Oh, Shakes. Also, Eastern Cape boy, eh?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, well. Oh, and then in terms of, obviously, Springboks, I mean, how do you feel? I know it's gone weird now with the rugby season, but how do you feel about your chances getting into that green and gold again?
Yeah, look, it's no secret that it's my dream to play for the Springboks. That's the reason why I'm still in South Africa. And that's the reason why I'm going to stick around for a little while. I want to play for the Springboks. It's the reason why I started playing rugby. The reason I'm still playing, and that's my motivation. This year, my approach was a little bit different. I sort of, because naturally I'm quite a motivated person, and I want to play for the Springboks. My dreams are quite clear to me. My goals are quite clear. I try to put that sort of aside and just focus on what I need to do for the Sharks and doing well as a team with the Sharks, because inevitably, if the Sharks do well, more of the guys in that team is going to play for the Springboks. So I think that's also contributed a lot to me being a bit more composed in my play, because I'm not too worried about things that are out of my control, because I can have the best year of my life. If the coach doesn't want to pick me, he's not going to pick me.
Yeah. So, he's so mature. That's cool. I mean, that's nice. I mean, you have dreams and stuff, and you if you focus right here, then suddenly the big dream is there.
Exactly.
Oh, there we go, Shaky. The boy can hit a golf ball. There we go. Ooh, you would start in my world side, including the All Blacks. That's a big compliment.
Oh, well.
Who's at the moment, outside of the Sharks, who's probably your most, in your opinion, the most on-form player?
The moment. I'd probably say Cheslin Colby.
What a guy.
He's really riding a wave at the moment, and I'm happy for a guy like him. It took him a long while to break through.
Yeah.
Or not to break through, or to be seen. And eventually when he did get the opportunity, he took it with both hands. So I'm really, really happy for him.
Also to think that, 2019, 2 years ago, 2017, he was actually in the crowd watching the Springboks play England. And now in the Rugby World Cup final, he scores the final nail in the coffin. I mean,
crazy. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, some quick fire questions, Curwin, before we let you go to your very busy evening. Okay. Tell me, what's the last thing you bought?
The last thing I bought, probably golf balls.
The last song you listened to?
London.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
What would you rather watch, a series or movie?
Series.
Any favorites at the moment?
Not at the moment. I'm struggling to find something, but an all-time favorite, Suits.
Nice. Greenback Boogie. Suave. Guys, if you have any suggestions for Curwin with a series, send it through. I'm sure you'll like to see some suggestions there. Okay. What's the weirdest compliment you've ever received?
Weirdest compliment. Sure.
Like, oh, I like your eyebrows or something. It's something weird.
Yeah, someone once told me they like my arms. I don't know. But it was a fan at a stadium. That was quite strange. I was shocked. I didn't think they were talking to me, but eventually then they called my name. Yeah, they called my name to tell me.
Was it like, Curwin, you've got beautiful arms?
Yeah, I like your arms.
Oh, okay. That's done. Yeah, let's just not delve into that person's brain. Eh? What's the strangest thing you've ever eaten since you've been on a lot of tours and stuff?
Probably have to be raw chicken. I ate that in Japan when I was in Japan. The only place you can actually eat raw chicken.
Oh, really? Eh? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, because it's so clean. Apparently, there.
Apparently. Guys, we've got the corona running around. Okay. What's one item you could not live without?
Probably my phone.
Such a millennial, eh? If a movie was made of your life, who would you want to play Curwin Bosch? Anyone in the world.
Sure. That's a tough one, eh?
Who's Curwin Bosch?
Probably Will Smith.
Ooh, Will Smith.
Yeah.
Well, he's done the American football. I'm big rugby player. I can do that. Yeah.
He's a very good actor. I love him.
Yeah, there we go. We'll send him a request next time. Will Smith, Curwin Bosch. Okay, some questions here. What's your thoughts on Boeta Chamberlain? Obviously, another youngster coming through.
Yeah, I think Boeta is a great rugby player. I really think Boeta is gonna play some very good rugby one day, and probably gonna play at the top of his game. He's a very good person. I enjoy working with him. We obviously spent a bit of time together when we were on tour. And yeah, I just think Boeta is a great rugby player and a great flyer.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, you heard it from Curwin Bosch's mouth. Oh, and who's the best 9 and 12 you play alongside, which you had a great combination with from England?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Louis and Tanele might be watching you.
Are they? Yeah. Okay, it's fine. No, let's pretend they are not watching. What would you say?
Yeah, look, I think depending on what type of game we want to play. I've obviously played with Louis a bit more, so I think we've got a bit more of an understanding of each other and a better feel for the game. Sanele is obviously a great rugby player, and I think he adds a lot to the team when he does come onto the field. So that, and he speeds the game up quite a bit. And then 12, I've played with 2 12s in my junior rugby. I played with Damien Willemse. He was a 12. But I think it's between 2. Jan Serfontein, I played with him, obviously, the Springbok. I rate him as a very, very good rugby player. And then Andre. We all know how good Andre is. It's actually mind-blowing sometimes what that guy's body goes through, and he plays 80 minutes week in, week out. Special player.
And like, has he ever, what do you guys talk about on the field? Does he give you some advice, some motivation? Like, why is he so good? Is his mental strength or physical strength both, eh?
Yeah, I think the most important thing for me is I wanna know that I wanna know that I can be confident in the guy next to me that he's gonna be able to do his job. Rugby is a team sport, and if a guy next to me is not doing his job, I can't do my job. So I think that's where Andre and I obviously have also come a long way. We stayed together when we were in Japan.
There you go.
So yeah, and I think it's just for me, it's more about detailed communication in the game. I don't want someone who's going to psych me up. I'm not that type of person.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
I just want just many chats. Tell me where the space is. Just give me options all the time, and that I think that's where Andre is very good.
Gosh, because he takes all the hits and or he gives it out.
He has all the space for me.
Okay, here's a question from Kayleen. If the Bulls or any other union give you an offer, will you leave the Sharks?
No, I won't leave the Sharks.
Not now, hey? Not like when you're going.
No. I want to be a one club man.
Is it, eh?
Yeah.
That guy, like a beast.
Taking everything into consideration. I mean, if it's clear and obvious that I need to move, I'll move. But if everything stays as it is and everything's going well as it is, then I don't see myself moving anytime soon.
I like that. Because you've been there, since 2016?
Yeah, started.
Just as well stay there.
2015, yeah.
Oh, 2015, there we go. Oh, here's Craig says, how many hours a week do you practice kicking for poles?
It's changed a lot since I started my professional career. At school, I was really bad. I would kick for many hours a day, 5+ hours a day, and started getting problems with my knees because I'm kicking too much. So I've tried to manage that load in my professional career, and obviously also the load with professional rugby is a lot more. So you can't be spending hours kicking; you're just gonna injure yourself. So I would literally say, for me, it's all about precision. If I'll go to a training field and say if I kick 10 balls over consecutively, then I'm happy. If not, I'll go until I can kick 10 balls over consecutively. So it's all about precision now for me.
And drop goals? Do you practice that?
No, I figured that whenever I practiced them and tried them in the game, I missed. And whenever I didn't practice and did it in the game, I got it over. So I don't practice those.
Oh, there we go. So that's a mini superstition, eh?
Just a little, yeah.
It's a clanky. Did you always want to play for the Sharks specifically, or were there a few offers and you chose the Sharks?
It's actually a funny story because I think this is no secret. I was a Stormers supporter growing up.
I see there's a lot of Stormers fans asking you to come now.
Yeah, I was a Stormers supporter growing up. I got offers from all the unions in 2014 in my grade 11 year.
Okay.
And no offer from the Sharks. Obviously, I couldn't sign anything because I was under 18. So we waited until the next year, June, when I turned 18, and Curwin week was obviously during that period as well. So my birthday fell literally in Curwin week.
You're so lucky with his birthday, eh?
Yeah. And then, funny enough, 2 months before I actually had, I was going to go to Cheetahs because Rory Duncan was at the Cheetahs at that stage. Yeah. So in my mind, I'd made up my mind that I'm going to the Cheetahs. And then I think it was a month and a half before my birthday, John Smith called me and asked to fly me up to Durban to come and see the Sharks and just spend a day here. They'd like to offer me something, and I spent a day training with them, a day and a half. And when I left here, I knew I wanted to come back here. I don't know what it was. I couldn't tell anyone why I wanted to come back here. I just said that this is where I wanted to be. It just felt like the right place, and I guess ended up being the right place for me.
Yeah, okay, no. But also if John Smith, friggin' Rugby World Cup winning captain, calls you, say, "Come," like it's like I'm coming. Like, okay.
Yeah.
How did that feel getting that call from him?
Yeah. Look, I kind of, for me, it was kind of like I knew that was what all the unions had tried to do, because
Okay.
at the Stormers, they let Sia call me.
How dare they?
So you know what I mean? To me, it was just like, oh, they're letting John Smith call me now, and obviously
Okay,
at
so you're
that time,
already in that mind space. Okay.
yeah. I was aware of everything that they were going to try and pull to get me there. So
Okay.
yeah, it was a strange time.
But in the end, it's not. Well, it's your decision. I'm glad it was your decision, and it wasn't like someone forcing you. You made the decision yourself, and then I mean, because you looked at all your options, right? And you chose the Sharks based on how you felt.
Yeah. So I
there was no pressure from your parents or whatever. Hey.
No, nothing. They weren't even interested. And if I say they weren't interested, they knew of all the offers that I had. They knew financially which offer, what everyone offered. But they were never interested in telling me, I think this is better, I think this. They just said to me, you're the one that's going to be there. You need to make a decision where you want to be.
No, that's awesome, man.
I think that also took a lot of pressure off me.
Yeah.
To sort of just go with what I feel.
But also now you're still at the beach, so that's nice. From PE to Durban.
Exactly.
You're still on the coast.
Exactly. Just a bigger version of PE.
Well, we chatted to James Fenter the other night, and he said, there's not enough cell phone towers, so we need to get you guys to get more cell phone towers. Well, he's on the south coast. Oh, signal's bad, eh?
Oh, yeah. Signal is, it's generally, Durban is quite bad.
Shame.
But I mean, he's down in South Coast, so I can imagine.
It's a bit different, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Curwin, thank you so much. Well, thank you for letting us on your Instagram live. We enjoyed chatting to you. Thank you for joining TC Sports Group. And I can't wait to see you back on the field. I really hope it works out, Lekker.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. It was nice chatting to you guys, and stay safe during this time.
Yeah, especially since you're on your own. Like, must we chat the whole evening? Are you okay?
I think I'll be okay.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Kurt. Thanks so much.
Thanks.